for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So don't forget to comment, but be kind, and also turn on the notification bell. If you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. You can always leave a thumbs up, a heart, a rose, or just let us know where you're chiming in from. But as long as the comments are positive. So let's get to it. Let's talk Gayle King. She was talking and she did an interview in regards to dating someone for 2 months. He asked her for some money after 2 months, and he asked her for $4,000. She had then asked him, okay, well, what is this for? And he allegedly has said it's for alleged child support and to pay some furniture. Now, if this man makes 6 figures, why would he need to come to you for money? You. What would he have done if he didn't come to you, Gayle? So let me ask y'all, are y'all familiar with Gayle doing small snippets of interviews, sitting down with people, talking about people? What's making Gayle do these interviews all of a sudden? Is it to distract away from all the conversation about Oprah, her best friend, her BFF, her girl? Come on. When do we normally hear her talk about anything? And then many people were talking about, wasn't it her that did the interview with Jay-Z? Because many people were like, why is Gayle interviewing Jay-Z and not Beyonce? About the tour, about the media stuff, about what she believes in. Why did Gayle sit down with Jay? Was it Gayle? Or I could be wrong, but I think it was Gayle that sat down with Jay-Z. But here nor there. But yeah, I'm wondering, all of a sudden Gayle wants to open up. Okay, so the guy said he needs to borrow $4,000. Then she calls Oprah and talks to Oprah about it. And Oprah says, oh, I wish she would have just asked you for $40,000 instead of $4,000. What? What are you talking about? If he only needed $4,000 and he was going to pay it back in, 4 to 5 days later, why would he need to borrow $40,000? That sounds ridiculous. If a man had a need, he went to Gayle. She could have easily said no to save her relationship. She could have easily been like, look at here. I like being with somebody I can date, but I don't choose to lend out money, borrow money to people because it messes up the relationship. You're going to have to contact one of your friends for this money. I don't know if this is real or fake, y'all. Real talk. And all of us have had people that wanted to borrow money from us. Who hasn't had that? Who hasn't had that? I've had people think I'm an ATM, a bank, whatever. I've had people do almost similar in regards to calling me about another man's child support. I said, girl, I'm not a bank. And girl, I don't know him. And those are not my children. I got my own children and my man. We not doing that. Whatever his situationship is, it's his situation. Why call me? That's your best friend. And it messed up our relationship. It did. Because I am not your or his responsibility. And then it wasn't just that. Because like 2 months before that, she was like, XYZ, I want to send a friend over there. And I need for you to try and see if you can give her $40 for some groceries. But if you have 80, she needs gas and groceries. I said, girl, what do you think I am? And then we had the situation about trying to help a guy with his child support. True story. True story. I said, okay, I like our friendship, but I just think you like to call me when there's situationships. Not only that, there was another situation, because then I said, okay, it was like, wow. It was like 8 years. I was like, done with this. 8 years later, it was kind of the same thing. Oh, I'm having this event. Can you da 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 da? Oh, my friend is moving. Can your sons help move a mattress? I said, do you think I'm a some type of service or a company or a moving company or a bank? I just didn't get it. So I cut this situation off, and I haven't talked to them in years. But I get that Gail is feeling what she's feeling. So let's play this clip. But I just don't think, why is it people have a lot to say about Gail and Oprah, and it's like, why don't we ever see Stedman with Oprah? And then there was pictures because everybody's like, well, Stedman is Oprah and Stedman still together? And who's all those people in her house? Did she take some of those kids from the school and bring them over into her house? What's really going on? And there was pictures of Stedman. He's still there. Sometimes he was in a picture right next to Oprah. Sometimes he was in a picture right next to somebody else. Let's play this clip because Gail should have been able to find a love of her life just like Oprah did. She should have been able to. Is it the conversation? Is it a situationship? Come on, let's listen. Because she shouldn't have called Oprah. And then she shouldn't have told on him because men look at this and they'll say, I don't want to date her because she's going to tell our business.
Somebody said to me once, they said, well, Gayle, look at your shoes. And I looked at my shoes. What's wrong with my shoes? Look at your bag. Look at your coat. Look at your friends with Oprah. You know, a guy looks at that and goes, I can't compete with that. But my thing, it's not a matter of.
Look at your shoes. Look at your bag. She's rich. She's rich. She's on a TV show. She's going to be polished and dress well and have famous friends. She's been in the business for how many years? 20 plus years. You don't step down and find somebody that's going to, one, you got to borrow money to. You find a man that's a millionaire, billionaire, because she should. Don't lower your standards and don't have a conversation with people that think you should not be where you are. What kind of friends is she around? And what kind of guy is she dating where somebody's asking money from her that makes six figures? Come on.
You know, a guy looks at that and goes, I can't compete with that. But my thing, it's not a matter of competing. It's not, I'm not looking for somebody to compete. You want somebody who has a sense of humor, who's very secure, who's not intimidated by whatever all of this is, that just sees you for you. You know, I went on a date and I was really excited, very excited.
So she about to explain this dating situation that she's been dating this guy for the 2 months, and then she's going to talk about the $4,000. She should have told him no, maybe to save the relationship, but she probably wouldn't have wanted to stay with him anyway because he's asking her for money. It starts with money, then it starts with, oh, I'm in town. Can I stay at your place, or can a friend stay at my place? It then continues. So she should have just not even bothered with this guy. If he don't have his stuff together, paying child support and paying his furniture, he don't need to be with you if he's making six figures. She needs to be in a position to get a guy that's wealthy and well known and well respected, not somebody that can't take care of their monthly bills. It just don't even seem like she's around people that's her and her caliber at her. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. I have to stop it playing because this is some interview she did. I don't think that this might be on her show. I don't know, but let's continue to listen. I just And she shouldn't be calling Oprah because Oprah's just gonna be like, "Girl, do better. Girl, you can find somebody." Gail's how old? Still struggling.
Somebody who has a sense of humor, who's very secure, who's not intimidated by whatever all of this is, that just sees you for you. You know, I went on a date and I was really excited, very excited about it. We had gone out maybe 2 months, and then he said he really needed to talk to me. He wanted to have a private conversation. Okay, sure. What is it? Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh God.
He jumped out with 4,000 out the gate.
I know, it's so
he
funny.
Didn't test the water.
You know what Oprah said? Oprah said, God, I would have felt better if he had said $40,000.
And see, that's the rich friend talk. Why would you want him to preferably ask her for 40,000? That's ludicrous. Why would you want him to have better had asked for $40,000? That's a restaurant. That's a deposit on a house. That's ludicrous talk. That's ludicrous talk. It's to change the narrative about what's going on in the media regarding Oprah.
Okay, sure. What is it? do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh, God.
He jumped out with 4,000 out the gate, though?
I know. It's so
He didn't
funny.
test the water?
You know what Oprah said? Oprah said, God, I would have felt better if he had said $40,000.
You just went in your purse. Here you go. Here you go. Get out of here.
I don't carry cash, man. But,
He just asked you to cash app him now.
huh?
You just could have cashed apped him now.
I know, guys, but I was so crushed because here's somebody who was making, six figures, successful. And when I said, could I ask what it's for? He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue and to pay a payment on some furniture. And Oprah goes, oh, God, this is just getting worse. And I said, okay. And he said, this was Sunday. And he said, I promise I'll pay you back by Thursday. I promise I'll pay you Thursday. Okay. But I wrote it because.
And that's not bad. 5 days. But what was the situation? Was they about to put him in jail because he couldn't pay his child support? Were they about to pick up his furniture because he couldn't pay his furniture bill? What's really going on? Didn't she do another interview trying to help Oprah in regards to the women that complained about not getting paid right? Oprah's well off. Gayle's well off. It continues to be a situationship with Oprah. Have you noticed that? The Monique situation, years later, it's a Taraji P. Henson, Fantasia, and whoever the other girl is. It was Oprah's responsibility to make sure all those actors, especially coming from the strike, all those actors had everything they needed. It should have been in the contracts. It don't even sound like the contracts were tight. Let's continue.
And I said, okay. And he said, this was Sunday. And he said, I promise I'll pay you back by Thursday. I promise I'll pay you Thursday. Okay. But I wrote it because I thought it had to be very difficult for him to ask me. And so I wrote it, and I just figured that would be that. That would be that. And he did pay me back on Thursday. But I didn't feel the same. I didn't feel the same. I didn't feel the same. But he did, to his credit, pay me back on Thursday. But it just changed the relationship for me. It changed the relationship for me. Somebody said to me once, they said, well, Gayle, look at your shoes. And I looked at my shoes. What's wrong with my shoes? Look at your bag. Look at your coat. Look at your
Anybody that tries to make you feel a way about how successful you are, you shouldn't even be around them anyway. You should say, this is my life. I'm happy. I've worked hard for it. And move on, please. So well wishes. I just don't feel like Oprah and Gayle should be talking about people. And if she didn't want to do it, she shouldn't have did it. And then to shade a person because, okay, maybe that was his situation. He could have got it from somebody. He would have had to get it from somebody. So she might not have wanted the situation to work. She kind of wanted to shade him in the media. Real talk. Maybe it was something else. But he shouldn't. What made him feel even comfortable he should be asking her for money? Hello? And that's the one situation. People never, even for me, for some odd reason, she thought she could ask me those things. The relationship broke off. And that's like, I'm not doing that. And I shouldn't be asked to do that. Sometimes people have a sense of, you're a yes person. And you have to just make sure they know. I'm not a yes person. I'm not going to be used. I'm not going to be, taken advantage of. I'm not your friend's responsibility to help or be a connection for you and your friends to keep your relationship going. You know what I'm saying? So, well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.